The US is eliminating the $800 duty-free shipping threshold and is forcing small UK businesses to pause or stop shipping to the US altogether. This is devastating news for anyone who treasures authentic, handcrafted pieces because it's making international access to artisan work even more challenging. And whilst I don't currently ship internationally myself, this affects the entire indie community. And it's another massive blow to small businesses like mine. So on July 30th, 2025, President Trump signed a new executive order suspending duty-free de minimis treatment for all countries. This eliminates the de minimis exemption, which allowed packages with under $800 to enter the US duty-free. From the 29th of August 2025 at 12:01 a.m. Eastern Time, that's completely gone. Every single shipment now faces customs procedures and now faces tariffs and import duty fees. According to the official White House statement, this policy addresses concerns about drug trafficking and trade deficits. The administration identified that low-value shipments were being used to evade law enforcement. And these are legitimate concerns that really do need addressing. Small makers like me, this creates operational challenges. My investment pieces are handcrafted here in Wales, using carefully sourced components, premium hardware, quality zips, and authentic Harris tweed from the Scottish Hebrides. Under rules of origin, because I'm doing substantial transformations here by cutting, assembling, and creating a completely unique finished product, this means potentially facing lower tariff rates than the raw components would on their own. But even with potentially lower rates, the complexity is enormous. Here's where it gets really complicated. From my understanding, and I may not be completely correct because things are changing so fast, there are two options. Either you would pay the actual tariff percentage on the item value, or pay a flat fee per package of $80 for UK goods, but this could be up to $200 for other countries. But postal carriers can kind of switch between these methods as far as I understand. And after 6 months, it's all going to change to percentage-based anyway. Actors would encounter anything from the 10% tariff on the item value to an $80 flat fee, and that works out at about £63 on top of what they've already invested. These fees are ultimately the customer's responsibility, and right now, we as indie makers have no way of knowing how much these fees will be, so we can't even pre-warn our customers. This is why so many UK makers have paused or stopped sending pieces to the US. When you're creating one-of-a-kind bags in small batches, this uncertainty becomes impossible to navigate. But there's also something that people don't realise. Many indie makers here in the UK can't even get the insurance cover to ship to the US in the first place, or it costs way too much to do so. So for some indie businesses, shipping to the US has never been a possibility, and I am one of those people. But it doesn't mean that I don't keep an eye on what's happening across the pond, because it doesn't mean that things won't change in the future and it won't become a possibility. For many, America has been a lifeline since Brexit. With all the new EU rules, so many indies have had to stop sending to the EU too. And we're just simply running out of international markets that we can actually access and sell to. What's particularly heartbreaking is that my bags are made in small batches. When international markets become inaccessible, this means that one-of-a-kind pieces may never even reach the collectors that would really treasure them. What's happening is a shift within small businesses in the UK. Many are having to pull back from international markets because of the complexity, uncertainty, and insurance limitations that make it so challenging for independent makers like me. This affects small international businesses across the board trying to reach American customers. And if you're an indie maker navigating these challenges, you're not alone. And if you're someone who values acquiring something truly unique, handcrafted in small batches using heritage materials such as Harris tweed, then supporting your local artisans isn't just important, it's becoming essential. Because as this situation shows, the opportunity to acquire genuine handcrafted pieces from independent makers is becoming increasingly pressing. What do you think about these new regulations? Are you a maker that's been affected by this? Or perhaps you're an American who loves supporting British or international makers. Would you be willing to pay the additional tariffs and fees when acquiring handcrafted pieces? Or would this be a deal breaker for you? I read every single comment, so please share your thoughts below. And if this video has helped you, please consider liking and subscribing.